ABC News' Bryan is reporting Michael Flynn promised full cooperation to the Mueller team and is prepared to testify that as a candidate, Donald Trump directed him to make contact with the Russians. Yeah. He goes to jail, he goes to jail, he goes to jail. Lock him up! Lock him up! So on Friday's show, apparently I was guilty of premature evaluation. People are slamming this as fake news. To me, it's a mistake. It's not he didn't deliberately put out a false piece of information. Yeah. He made an error.
Yeah, fake news. Joining us now, former Secret Service agent, Conservative Review contributing editor Dan Bongino, host of You Know Her, Justice with Jeanine, Judge Jeanine Pirro. Where do we even begin here?
You know, when someone is cheering about the fact that, you know, he's going to jail, and they're talking about the President of the United States, the first thing I say to myself is that person is un-American. And the truth is, every day, Sean, I say to myself that the instincts of the American people are supported when we see all of this stuff coming out about the deep state, the fact that there is this effort on the part of the leftist socialist agenda and the FBI. And let me say something. I worked for them for 30 years when I was a DA. There are good, decent people in the FBI. Most of them. But the management and the dirt started really bad with Jim Comey. Jim Comey changed the whole color.
You once told me he's an honorable guy, and I said, no way.
And you were right. And let me tell you, he ran his office very well. And then he turned into a political whore. And he changed the nature of the FBI. Shame on him. And at the end of the day, everyone working from McCabe to this guy Strzok, they are an embarrassment to the agency.
Exoneration before investigation. Think of really how bad this is. Yeah. And this dual justice system that I'm talking about, this is not a game anymore. This is now, they are playing with constitutional fire. It is so deeply corrupt and embedded. And you're right, it's not rank and file. It's the people at the top with an agenda that think they are smarter than the American people.
Sean, don't the American people find it a little disturbing that Andrew McCabe, the #2 at the FBI, Jim Comey, and this guy Peter Strzok would be thrown off a jury if they were appointed to this case? They would be thrown out of the jury pool like that. And yet these are the three people responsible for this banana public justice?
Weissman. How do you get defeated 9-0 in a divided Supreme Court?
Right. Even the travel ban got
seriously.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, think about what we have here. We have a former director who admitted to leaking information to start the special counsel in Jim Comey. We have a #2 whose wife is a big time connected to Terry McAuliffe, a Clinton consigliere.
Mueller is the center of this. He appointed all his buddies. Comey, Rosenstein, McCabe, who else? Weissman. They're all their best buddies.
And you know what the problem is?
And the Strzok guy, right?
Everything they accuse Donald Trump of is coming back to them. It's almost like, you know, you point the finger at someone and 3 fingers are pointed back at you. And the reason they're going so strong against Donald Trump is because they've got to cover their own back.
And how do we stop this?
How we stop this is we've got to get Congress to make sure they exercise their oversight. The FBI is not an
With all due respect, hell will freeze over before Republicans. I'm glad they passed the bill in the Senate. They're in committee, conference.
Yeah.
It's not happening with these Republicans.
The American people, Sean, were smart enough to put Donald Trump into office. And as they watch this, they watch your show, they understand what's going on. They see that the FBI at the top is dirty. Hillary Clinton is dirty. When the FBI writes an exoneration before the investigation is over, that is wrong. And don't you come out and tell me that everybody does it. Nobody does that. You do an investigation and then you make a decision.
You know, Sean, he's got to fire Mueller. He's got to shut this down. I'd say to the American people right now, as a former federal agent, you're getting worked. You're getting worked. You're being played for fools. If any more of this comes out, he's got to shut that down. They got to clean house at the top of the FBI. There's no other way. You are getting
Who's going to fire him?
Yeah, he can't fire him. That's the problem. What he's got to do is you've got to have Sessions has got to exercise some control, and appoint special counsel himself. Rod Rosenstein is running everything from the Department of Justice.
Is
Where,
Rosenstein
by the way, this is a good question.
headlines?
Where is the Attorney General of this country?
Thank
Where
you
is he?
very much. Thank you. That's the problem. Rosenstein is, Sessions has backed off because Rosenstein has told him that he's got to.
He's got to get rid of this special counsel. I mean, how do you explain the fact that...
No, he's got